So, welcome to our presentation on Groupr, which is a collaborative app for group projects. We're Team Perplexity, and my name is Noah Parker.
My name is Craig Moore.
My name is Stacy Allen Jefferson Jr.
My name is Dylan Waldrop.
My name is Nicholas Reese.
So, organizing group projects can be a hassle, especially when you don't have a single place for everything. Maybe you start by using text messaging to stay in touch with your group. Then you set up a shared drive online between your group to store files. And finally, you might use yet another set of tools to keep track of your goals, tasks, and deadlines. By the end of this, you're juggling multiple apps, each with their own interfaces, logins, and ways of doing things. Switching back and forth between these different services can be very frustrating. It wastes a lot of time, and it makes staying organized very difficult. And even further, if you happen to be working on a project with a group of friends, for example, things can get even messier. Using the same chats for everyday conversations along with project updates means that project-specific information can easily be mixed up with everyday conversation. That causes important details to get lost, which slows down progress significantly. These are some of the problems that we set out to address with Groupr. Instead of relying on multiple different apps and the confusion that creates, Groupr provides an all-in-one solution for project management.
All right, let's talk about the four main benefits of Groupr. Groupr provides an all-in-one group management experience. This app provides all of the aspects of a group collaboration into a singular platform. This allows you not to have to maneuver into different apps or have to rely on multiple group chats in order to get a group-related project due. Second, it provides a streamlined project workflow, which allows you to set goals, assign tasks, and share files effortlessly. One of our key features is an AI that will assist you whenever you are designing tasks. Third is seamless communication. We keep discussions and project-related conversations in one consistent interface. This allows you to keep your professional life and project-related material away from your personal and everyday activities. Fourth, we eliminate common group challenges. This allows you to avoid confusion and fragmentation in project management and provides better team cohesion as well. Now let's discuss the technologies used in this app.
At the core of our application, we are using React Native with Expo framework. This is a cross-platform technology that would allow us in the future to develop between different operating systems rather than just Android. It manages everything you see and use in the application, the user interface as well as the logic. One little drawback we had using React Native was that it was difficult to style the native components when we were trying to create a consistent user interface, but we were able to overcome these difficulties. Firebase is what we use for the back end, and it is useful for everything from the authentication to the session management, as well as the database and file storage. We used Tailwind CSS to keep a consistent style across the application. It was very convenient to use this styling because all the styles were in line rather than having to reference other files. And then we used packages for styles, icons, and native components to create a modern and familiarly feeling app.
And now we will walk through the features of Groupr. Bob wants to create a group and invite other people in his group project to it. Before he does that, he will need to make an account and sign in. This is pretty straightforward. Provide a display name, email, and password, and create the account. Now that he's signed in, he's able to create his group by pressing the Add button in the corner. Simply provide a name and create your group. Now that he's here, Bob wants to start adding some goals for his group, so he goes to the Milestone tab, the central place for managing the group goals, and taps the button in the corner to create a milestone. Since his group is for a programming project, he will be adding a milestone for it, called Setup Backend, with a due date that will be tomorrow, leaving the time as it is, setting a major category, and then a little description of what needs to be done. Once it's created, he wants to automatically generate some tasks, which are called issues, based on the milestone he created. So he taps on the milestone and then taps on Generate Issues, which will use his title and description to create issues for him. He also wants to make a small edit to one of them, so he taps the Edit icon. And then he backs out, and there's the update. But then he decides that he only wants to add 2 of them, so he unchecks one and then presses Confirm. And these will be automatically associated with the milestone. Now that he's added some things to the group, he wants to invite other members. So he goes to the group management page where he can either invite by the group code or he can create a unique invite to share. He decides that he wants to do that, so he goes to manage invitations and creates a code that is valid for 12 hours and can be used up to 5 times in that time. He presses create, and then he will get a code that he can now share with others.
John just received an invite code from Bob. And after creating an account, John noticed he's on light mode. John hates light mode, so he's going to turn that off. Now, John can click Join a Group button and enter the code to join Bob's group. And after joining the group, John can see all the recent activity and everything. But John notices this is too cluttered for him. He doesn't like it. He's going to turn off some things. John only wants to see his upcoming his issues and upcoming milestone. 1. John wants to add an issue. But first, he needs to fix this sorting. Nice. Now it's in order. Now he wants to add new member additions. And he wants to assign it to him and him only. Then he's going to hit send. Nice. Now you can see they're in order with his new issue that he just created, new member additions. And he's assigned to it right here. Now, John wants to see it sorted by his issues at the top. And there we are. We can see John has his assigned issue at the top of the issue page. Then John notices he wants to make it a priority over all other issues. So he's going to hit edit, mark as priority, and then hit done. Then he's going to go back. Nice. Now, John wants to tell Bob about his new member additions issue. So he's going to head over to the chat page. And he's going to tell Bob, hey, Bob, I just created new member additions issue. Take a look. At number 3. And he's going to hit send.
Bob sees the message on his phone and sees the issue that John linked, so he taps on it to see it. And there it is, the issue that John just made. And then he responds to it, telling him that he agrees. So now Bob has been working on a text file that he wants to be able to share with the group. So he goes to the Files tab and taps the Upload button. He selects his file, confirms that he wants to upload it, and now it's available for everyone else in the group to download.
John's going to go to the File tab because he wants to see what's there. And here he can notice that Bob uploaded a text file. And he himself, John, can download it as well. Awesome. Now John decides he's done with new member additions. They got new members, so he's going to close the issue. And as you can see, it's marked completed. Good job, John.
Bob also has just opened the app after a long break and wants to know the progress at a glance. He sees that some issues have already been completed in the group from the app's homepage. And from looking at the group's homepage, he can see that he has an issue assigned to him and 50% of the upcoming milestone is complete. He wants to close the remaining issue, so he can tap on it from here and then close it. And now that everything is 100% complete with the milestone, he's going to go to the milestone and then mark that as completed since it's at 100%. And now everything is complete. The issues are all closed and completed and have been moved to their respective categories. This has been all major features of Groupr. Thank you.